Very good morning to you, Craig. Why are you going ahead with this?
Morning, Jane. Yes. Jane, this road has actually been under construction since 2011, just after we received the record of decision from the Minister of Environmental Affairs. And it was in 2016 that we started the construction of the greenfield section between Port St. John's and Port Edward. The road is a strategic infrastructure project. It's part of the National Development Plan. It is a major economic investment by the government into the infrastructure of South Africa. By investing in this road, the South African economy will benefit tremendously, and the local Ponderland area will receive a huge boost, both socially and economically.
But the communities there, the Amabida Crisis Committee in particular, who represents these communities, say that this is not going to benefit them. They've been opposed to it since at least 2002, when this was first raised with the Australian mining company, who has desires apparently to go back in there. So who's it benefiting ultimately here if those who are living beside it say that it's going to take all their rights away?
I'm glad you asked that question, Jane, because it's good to be able to set the record straight. The Amabida Crisis Committee is a legitimate and very vocal stakeholder in the area, but they do not represent any community or any other stakeholder other than their own members of approximately 400 to 600 people. SANRAL commissioned an independent survey a couple of years ago by the HSRC. They interviewed several thousand people across Ponderland, and as well as economic migrants from the area. And we found a 98.2% support for the road. So the perception that the Amabida Crisis Committee creates claims within their press releases is actually not the case at all.
All right, Craig, sorry, I'm going to jump in here. Let's just listen to what they had to say this morning.
Never asked the N2 toll road to be built along the coast. And the N2 toll road that is being proposed right now, it was being proposed quite a long time inland, not along the coast. And all of us, we agreed to say that when it's in inland, it serves everybody, the entire Amabida. Even if you are on the coast, even if you are inland, but it will be in the middle. And all of us were happy until they discovered these minerals that have been discovered on the dunes along the coast. Now the route has been changed, automatically go straight to along the coast. And we see that the purpose of SANRAL to move the route to along the coast is just because there's a linkage between the mining and the N2, because here where they propose to mine, you cannot build the mine without a proper road, because there is no good roads where they're going to transport the minerals.
Your response to that, Craig? They also told us that they represent 3 villages, but what do you make of their comments regarding the mine and losing their rights?
Sure. Look, SANRAL is an implementing agent of the Department of Transport. The mine is, the decision on whether a mine does or doesn't happen will be made by several different departments and entities, but SANRAL is not one of them. Whether the mine happens or not has very little bearing on the road and the economic impact of that road. The route that the Amabida Crisis Committee is talking about, the inland route, was one of several alternatives which were looked at, studied in great detail during the environmental impact assessment. And that inland route was determined not to be a preferential route. And the route that we are building at the moment was found to be the best route on a balance of environmental, social, and economic factors. The SANRAL can only build in the approved route within the corridor that was determined by environmental affairs to be the best route. The story of moving inland, we just don't have that option, nor does the community. That is already in the past. That decision was made. Extensive community consultation was undertaken around 2007, 2008 when the EIA was done. And unfortunately, we can't go back and revisit that.
All right, Craig, I think it's obviously not going to be over any time soon. Let's see you there. Thank you very much.